an under-celebrated, this is a strong minority position in the Mises Institute, by the way, an under-celebrated, unsung progenitor of the Austrian school, and it is a good nut to get into the process. So Friedrich List is commonly considered the father of the German historical school, but he does describe how countries actually do develop, and he also addresses the perennial problem of aristocratic, and then also in later cases, bourgeois privileges, and when it is time, he has this point about when it's time to stop with the protectionism. There is a point at which protectionism is useful and then a point in which it is not. And he talks about how the big problem with Venice and other states is they fail to stop doing that. And then the third book, it would be somewhat more advanced, would be Capital and Interest by Eugen von Bawerk, which is a much more advanced book, and you can also just read Human Action by Mises, but that is, I would say, a synthesis of the German historical school's view on just about everything with the Austrian view on interest rates. But then you can just read Human Action and take it all the way to the end. But that would just be me making you an Austrian. But if you want a non-dogmatic Austrian way, if somehow you didn't like what I was saying and you felt that I was appealing to faith, this is for everybody. So, Mystery of Banking, because that's kind of foundational as far as I'm concerned. The National System of Political Economy by Friedrich List for the original German, and then Capital Interest by Eugen von Bawerk. Okay, next. In our book club, we're going to be going back into, we've been doing a lot of stuff about the Jews. We actually are going back into Austro-libertarian literature in our book club. So we're going to be doing Democracy, the God That Failed. And I would encourage people to check that out. Come to the book club or read it on your own terms. And actually, it's useful because it will correct a problem that Moldbug has been exploiting, where Papa means when he talks about aristocrats, and a thing that Moldbug means when he talks about aristocrats. And both of those, let's say, are somewhat distinct from the original understanding of an aristocrat as like a legally privileged landowner. So I think it is worth actually overcoming this issue and clearing out the neo-reactionary abuses of libertarian terminology. And you should also check out Hans Hermann Hoppe's The Private Production of Defense for how do we, start hanging bankers even when they become really, really wealthy. Okay, that's it. Oh, and go to Antelope Hill and buy Culture of Critique. It's on Wednesday.
Marcel.
Use their coupon. Yes.
Not to. I have to go soon anyway, so I'll just say this one thing.
And thank you for being on here, by the way.
Oh, thank you, man. It was a great conversation. I like these types of conversations because you make a good argument for your position, even though I don't agree with it. So I like that kind of back and forth. But the main thing I'll say is, you're getting a lot of your first principles and thinking from Jews. Do you not see a bit of a contradiction here between saying that Jews are lying and everything that the Kevin McDonald critique that everything Jews do is a crypsis to effectively tilt your sights so that every time you shoot a gun, it's off target. And
I see what you're saying. And to that, I would say, especially when it comes to libertarianism, when a Jew is being a Jew, it's usually blindingly obvious. I mean, maybe it's because I'm more primed on. Okay. Well, I can admit in one direction, I'm primed on foreign policy preceding libertarianism, and economics is from libertarianism. But certainly, when Mises is like writing out his Jewish revenge fantasies against the Germans, it's obvious. When Walter Block is trying to use a NAP to justify killing Palestinians, it's obvious. So, as far as I can tell, it seems like I have detected when I read Mystery of Banking, I have noticed and I have laughed at the fact that when Rothbard describes banking, it's that he's really mad at the deposit function of banking, the fact that banks take in your money and then lend it out while saying they still have it. But then he describes the lending function as like critical to society. I've noticed this, and I say, so the usury is good and the depositing is bad. I've detected this, but nonetheless, the argument convinces me. And as I mentioned before, it seems like when a libertarian is taking a break from libertarianism just to be a Jew, I can usually just see it. I think I'm well developed enough in my anti-Semitism that I would know. If the Jews were tricking me, I would know.
What if the Jew showing himself in libertarianism, in geopolitics, and that same Jew is showing himself in his misdirection on how economics actually work. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying this to change your mind. I'm just saying something to think about. To read these books by Mises and Rothbard with that in mind, read them again with that in mind, and I bet my life, Marcel, you're going to catch more things. You're going to catch more. You're never going to stop catching.
Even though Mystery of Banking was actually one of the first books we did in the book club, and by that point I was already like fully KMAC, I'll give Mystery of Banking a second read with my understanding, on a KMAC first reading. And I already said I can volunteer the one thing that made me chuckle, which was disliking the deposit / fractional lending function, but not disliking the interest rate function. I will admit that was it crooked an eyebrow and it made me smile.
You do agree with Kanak's theory, Cameron theory, that Jews often create false ideologies in order to prevent Gentiles from creating effective counters to the Jewish racial strategy.
Yeah, I can't believe that anybody who maybe me, but I can't believe that anybody who lived as Rothbard did and went through what Rothbard went through was doing this on some opt to benefit the Jews. That I would be, at a certain point, you would expect the mask to come off, and you can judge him by his fruits. The institution that Rothbard created with Lew Rockwell, that is, being somewhat glib here, a Rothbardian personality cult, right, has not, besides being committed to the economics, has been otherwise flawless, or 99%, right?
I've heard people make that argument about Karl Marx, who wrote a pamphlet attacking Jews, right? You have to understand these things in context.
Are there organizations that have been founded personally by Karl Marx that are just repellent? Is this a...
Well, one could argue the Soviet Union in the 1970s was anti-Jewish. Hold on.
Okay, but I was saying Rothbard founded the institute with his personal friend, right? It's the point is I'm aware of the issue. I've taken it into account. There have been at least between Mises himself on wanting to starve Germany, Walter Block doing his thing. To me, it seems obvious when Jews are being Jews, and there's only one aspect of Rothbard's worldview that dings the alarm, and it's convincing enough that I just take it as a sort of humorous irony or novelty take, and not Jewish subversion. I don't think that Rothbard was engaged in subversion for the Jews, because he was Rothbard, not to blow his spot. Who Rothbard associated with. His pathological hatred of all things Bolshevik, the fact that Rothbard inherited from his father a hatred of the Bolsheviks that went down to in all their mutations, Trotskyites and neocons and everything else. If Rothbard was doing a Jewish operation, he was marching to a different pace than the rest of the universe here. Okay,
I would say that the practical outcome of Rothbard's teachings are objectively the empowerment of Jewish finance plutocracy. That's my thing. Remember what we were saying before? Jews don't care if you say the Holocaust happened, it was a good thing. They only care if you say it didn't happen.
It doesn't matter what reason you have for supporting usury in the end.
Right. But I'll tell you what, Marcel. I'm gonna dust off some of my books before I burn them. Some of my Rothbard and Mises books, and I'm going to dust those off. I'm going to give them another look, and I'll follow up with you when I get the chance. And I bet my life I will find a lot more stuff than you did about the Jewish stuff.
Okay. So then if you're going to check, then I'll tell you. I'll give you 3 books I'll name 2. One from Rothbard, one from Mises. 2 from Rothbard, from Mises, rather. So from Rothbard, the intro book would be Mystery of Banking, and then the advanced book would be Egalitarianism as a Revolt Against Nature and Other Essays, where he goes at length on his political views. So, and then for Mises, I would say the intro book would be there's a bunch. Okay, I'll think about the primer Mises book, but I will just force you to read Human Action and say read that. Because in Human Action, that's where he elaborates on his whole theory of humanity. But again, in Mises, it seems obvious, right? In Mises, there's you know it, an omnipotent government where he's talking about starving those Germans. So there, you just kind of look at it. It's like, okay, dude, chill.
Yes, I mean, just from a purely human perspective, let's take the fact that they're Jews out of it. Wouldn't you, as a Jew, in Mises' case, or possibly even Rothbard's, as a Jew, wouldn't you like to prevent the same social constructs, the same political system that led to your people being overthrown in Germany? Wouldn't you want to prevent that from ever happening again?
Maybe, okay, but then let's reverse it. So let's do, but what about the non-Jews? So if we take the lineage of the Austrian school as I describe it, where it starts with Karl Menger, who's not Jewish, then we go to Eugen von Bamberg, who was a student of Menger, and before he was a student of Menger, he was a student of Nies, Hildebrand, and Roscher. So he was a student of the second generation German historical school, right? And it was actually Bamberg who was a student of first the three Germans and then Menger, who was an Austrian Goy, who is the one who originated the theory of interest and the theory of the business cycle for us. So the interest conception of the Austrian school predates any of the Jewish membership.
Well, that's also true for what we call Marxism. Marxism, Karl Marx.
Well, I'd say socialism predates Marxism.
Yes, socialism. Exactly. The Jews take existing ideas and alter them and turn them into these guru cults. Rothbard was one of them.
Okay, but can you then argue against Menger? Is that a thing you can do?
Well, not Menger. It would be Bamberg, right? Bamberg is the interest rate.
Okay, Bamberg.
Yeah, so if I were to do that would be it. If I were, if I'm really just placing demands on you, right? Read Bamberg's Capital and Interest, and then tell me what the Jew what is the change from Bamberg to Mises?
Okay. All right. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I actually almost begin to construct that.
Remember, you can't call them Jews. So
yeah, the change from
it's not property. What's it? Property and freedom or whatever. Like the point I'm getting at.
Thanks for waiting. Whatever you guys want to play. What's up? Can you hear me? Yeah, I was wondering where you were. Oh, I'm in Florida. You should have stopped by. What? Yeah, I live in Florida. All right. No, we're going to Universal Studios or whatever it is. The thing. What? No, no, Samurai. It was your idea, bro. What? You're the one that told me all about it before Reddy showed up. You were like, "Hey, you should go to hang out with Reddy," and I was like, "Are you sure?" And you're like, "Yeah, totally. He's the coolest." He's a kid. Oh, is he? Dang. Oh, what did I do today? I went to work. I don't I don't have a gun yet. Alright, I found one. I'm gonna go get these guys. Whoa, I died, bro. I need help. Don't let me die. I need help. Where's my team? Oh man. Do you have anything underneath your wrist? Your left wrist, Samurai? Because it is like so uncomfortable. Keeping it for the keyboard. Oh, you have a mat. There's somebody right behind you. 33. Let me break. Let me break in that bud. What? Oh, Sophie Rain? Yeah, I've been trying to talk to her. Uh-oh. I may have to like sit in the chair or something because Yeah, Shark Boy has them. I'm gonna get some gas real quick. They're good. We're gonna get some gas real quick. I'm gonna let you drive. Yeah, see, we got gas. We stopped and got gas. I'm in the back. I'm in the back. W. W. I don't know. What are you tired from? You're not old. What do you mean? Yeah, I'm using mouse and key. You been playing any Clash Royale or no? No. Sam. W. You like sour? I want some sour Skittles. Someone was talking about them the other day. I haven't had those yet. What? Oh, on my YouTube? You're the best. Thank you so much. I don't know. Should I? Oh, you want to hear yourself, huh? What the heck? What's wrong with you, bruh? You let them button your nut? Why didn't he want to die? That was crazy. He's mad already. People on me? It's okay. Sounds like a bot. I'm gonna shoot him. How am I missing? 38? Knocked. W. That's why we goon. Oh, another one? Is their reload out already? Oh, bummer. I'm gonna reboot this kid over here. There's people here. Oh, he's shooting me. Oh, oh shoot. Oh no, I'm dead. Oh, I knocked one. I knocked one. No! Reboot, please. Somebody. Do you see the last team right in front of you? At the top of the screen? Yep. Come on. One's here at this building. Can't. I'm gonna die. We won! Thanks for winning. GG's. I'm gonna play with the controller just this one match working. We're gonna see how it is. Next stream. The next stream I do, I'll do that. Yo, what's wrong? Do I sound different? Huh, I don't know why. No! That was so fast. I was full health. Alright, see you later. That's so unfortunate.